Hello there, so I am back with another video, but this time it's going to be different. I'm not going to be doing the ordinary plan with me. I am going to be comparing my new kits that I've been making compared to the old ones, because there are some differeces. So before I start, I'd just like to mention that if this looks... Well, right off the bat, these are tester paper, like this paper, these are testers. This was printed onto really old paper rather than the fancy spectacle paper that I like using for my kits. I've just have these sitting around, and rather than let paper go to waste, I use it just to see, like, is this really what I want? Because this is the cheaper paper, the images themselves aren't going to be as vibrant. And then the foil as well doesn't stick as well as it does to the actual spectacle paper that I use for actual official kits that I sell. So for example here, I think you can see it the most, like the foiling didn't really stick as well as it would on this type of paper. But that's okay. Again, these are just tester kits. This is for my own personal use. I would never sell this here, except for... Let me actually see if I can compare, because this is a spectacle paper. This is not. You could just see the difference. Like this is a lot more clear, not just with the foil, but with the actual image, like quality. It's just a lot softer, more detailed, a lot more pristine. And then the foil, of course, also picks up very well on this paper. This is just very cheap. I forgot the brand name. I got it off of Amazon a long time ago, and I just use it as a backup for testing, playing around, seeing how I like it or not. So let me go ahead and jump into the differences. So originally we just have the boxes, these little letter boxes right there. The washi strips. Originally when I was doing these, I wasn't adding any foil here because I was still struggling with trying to get my foil to stay even, so it printed, like, the paper itself, like the printer ate the paper crookedly. But it's not perfect, but I've sort of found a way around that. And then a lot of other things that are different are primarily these three boxes. I still have like this sort of floral backing, but it's different. And then I got rid of like one of these because I felt that I wasn't really using these that much. I got rid of these as much as because I love these. I use them every single week, but I only use two of them, just the meals and either reminder important or notes, one or the other, just for a single list. But for me, that's not worth it to have like all of, you know, this take, because, you know, it's just a little bit of space, but it's still space that it takes up. This was a step up from the previous format as well, because I used to have like 8 of these little check boxes. So as for this one, this also got a change. These are gone, and these, I just found that they're cute, but they don't really fit, so I found like a workaround. Alright, let me bring up the new kit. So boxes are still in the same spot, but I didn't get rid of these completely, but I did move them over. So right now we just have the swatches, the paint swatches that were over here. I moved over here, but this time they're all the same size now. Again, this is the old paper, so foiling's not going to show up quite as pretty in this one. Also a big difference, I got rid of the full words here and I scrunched them down to just like 3 letters. They're the indentations, and these were actually already kind of squished down, but I find that I actually prefer the look of this instead. But also in the event that I want to use, like, sometimes right now what's really popular is like pumpkin date covers, hearts, just special designs, and the more rounder ones I kind of struggle to fit in there. So I feel like this way, no matter how round or wide the dates are, I can definitely find a place to stick them in. I also made them thinner, still enough to cover up the dates on my planner. I think I had these wide because on my old planner that I was using, it kind of required like a full size, but now, especially with the addition of like the upper washi that I use, it's just not necessary. So I wanted to thin those out and make more room to add these, because originally, not with the foil kit, but with the previous one, I did do a lot of glitter dividers. I've since grown out of them, but I wanted to have some sort of divider situation still. That was something that I missed when I was doing this one, because sometimes there's like gaps, just awkward gaps, and I really like to fill them out somehow. I don't know necessarily that I'm like 100% okay with this particular lace. That may be changed, or it may be like a kit to kit basis. We'll see with that, but that should help me out with the strange gaps. And then another thing was the little habit tracker here. Originally the kit has always had 2 of them, but I find that I only use 1. And I was thinking of nixing it all together, but the fact of the matter is that having at least 1 is really helpful for me, because I use it for my meds or for sales, just to keep track of stuff. So I didn't want to get rid of it completely, but I feel like 2 for me was overkill. So I kept 1, and then I kept 1 of these as well and scooched it over here. In addition to that, I also made sure to add the foiling to the big washi as well. I really wish I should have done this actually on the good paper, because this is just not as vibrant as it would be here. Very twinkly on the other paper. Alright, let's compare pages 3 now. We did of course keep this box here, but I did get rid of 1 of these boxes, and so now we're left with 2. The washi strip moved over, and like I said, 1 of these is gone. Looks like the foil is a little bit crooked on here, so I will have to fix that. Or is it like that on all the kits? I don't think it is. I think this one just came out wonky. These corners were originally on the 4th page in the last kit, but I scooched them over here instead. We have lace all around these circles, and we have squares with lace as well, just for like extra detail, because I do like these, but I find that they were just too meh. And then of course, like I said, these little boxes got scooched over to this page here on the bottom. And then let me compare it really quick to the old page 4. This is the old one. As you can see, these 2 things got scooched into small size, so we have 2 little flags there. I did end up keeping like this middle row, but obviously I got rid of the border here, and I added some drip foil. These things got more shrunken up widthwise, and then I did add a little photo here just to, you know, for aesthetic purposes. This is incorrect. I did already fix this on the actual file on the computer, but whatever this photo is, it's going to differ depending on every individual kit. So for example, the green one that I just showed, the foresty one, it's a house. This one is like a garden themed. It's a fountain. It's a botanical theme, flowers. So it's going to differ completely depending on the kit, which I think is a nice little touch. In addition to that, we have more square boxes here, just because variety. Because originally I used to have just a full page of like this, and everything was so boxy, and it was so convenient, but it doesn't work for me anymore. Because I find that with that much box, you know, it's like you fit in too much words, and there was so much empty space with this many big boxes. So I've really find myself gravitating towards like these smaller boxes and just areas to kind of let flow. Does that make sense? So this dude I think is gone completely from the old one, or from the new one. Yeah, that's gone. This got scooched over, and then I added a little square on top of it, a little rectangle. And then we also have corner lace borders, because I just always love the look of those, and I'm pretty sure they match. Are they a close match? Yeah, they do match the lace here. And then finally, because I had this little extra space, and I was like, what do I do with that little bit of space there? I just added 3 dividers, borders, and put some simple foil dots over them. So this will be good as well. If I find that there's like an open space and I don't want to put any of this lacy stuff on it. Overall, I feel a lot more comfortable with this, so much that that's why I'm actually putting on camera. Like, I'm fully satisfied with the look of this and the feel of it and how it actually works. In addition to that, though, there's also 2 add-ons that I have so far. If you're watching this and maybe you purchased anything beforehand, you may have noticed that with these kits, originally I had sticker sheets and they were smaller. They were like this size. And the reason for that is so in the event that someone wanted the stickers separately, they could save on shipping. Because this is big, it does not fit into like a smaller envelope. Also, because it is a sticker kit, I always do rigid mailers, which are larger. But that means that shipping is going to be like $3.75, $4, something like that. Whereas the sticker sheets I was selling, shipping would have been like 75 cents because it's a smaller item, so it could just go in the envelope. But what I found is that most people weren't just getting just stickers. If they were getting stickers, it was part of the kit. So I thought it's better to just move it to a bigger size. This one is a little bit too big. I did fix that, so all of these moving forward will be the same size. What we have here is 2 add-ons. We just have a deco sheet as well as a layers sheet. And the deco is gonna obviously just be themed. Sometimes it'll be more floral. They won't necessarily all match like the same art style, because sometimes I will be pulling from like multiple different artists just to get like an overall theme. I do that a lot. As you can see, some of them are like really tiny, a little mini, and then other ones are a little bit more bigger. Again, I just want to clarify that these are also on the old paper, so they're not as vibrant as they would be on the paper that I use for actual sales, because this is my tester kits. But in addition to that, we have the layers sheet. So it comes with another long washi strip. I don't think this is the same size as the actual strip here, right? It should be, yeah, it's a little bit shorter. So that's just to fit really anywhere you want. We have some little lace things like the doilies. So this can be put off to the side or behind certain items. We have some random paint swatches. This was a big difference between the original, what I was doing for the first version of the little layer sheet, because they were previously water drops, like ink droplets, like the alcohol swatches, and they just didn't really go with this as a whole. But yeah, I think for here the paint swatches make a little bit more sense. We have more of the torn paper, so this is a larger one for like the big corners, and then like 2 extra smaller ones. I think this one is more medium. This one should match the size that's on the kit, just for a little variety. These ones right here are, I think they're 1.5, so those can cover, and you can just place anything deco on top or anything here in the kit. Called it layers because everything is all about layering. Because I was torn, like, do I want to call it functional? No, that's not what it is. So layering is good. Every single one of these is gonna have like this just plain color and also this grid. There's also like one little tag here. It's like a vintage tag. It's like a tag, and you can't really see it that well on this paper, but it's got the little white dot in there. So that's technically deco, but I have it on here just to, you know, help with space. And then 2 more lace boxes. These ones are filled in though, so you could put like a little thing. Let me go ahead and take like these. So you could put like something in there, and it could look like a little, it could look like a picture or like a stamp. And then also more bigger paint swatches, so you could write in here. I think that there's enough on here to really play around with and spice things up. Again, I just feel, for me, offers a lot of variety. I can play around. I don't have to use these ones, but if I want to, I can. But I think the best thing is that there's enough of these stickers that I could use them for journaling after. Like I could use this for like a weekly kit, but then the leftovers, there's still enough for me to either incorporate into another kit that has like similar colors, or just to use as journaling, or even for like my monthly planning. So these ones are all available for now. There are still some big changes going on. I haven't done a big release because I'm just not ready for that. But before I leave, I will quickly go over these other testers that I have here. So this one, we have Winter Astronomy. This is holographic. I kind of wish that I had used my spectacle paper for this and not the old paper, just to see how shiny it could be, because the holographic, I use it more rarely in my kits, but it just has such a pretty sparkle to it. On the other hand, though, I'm also glad because I can use this as in the future, like, hey, this is why the paper that you select is important, because I do want to make a foiling video at some point. This is another kit. This is using the spectacle paper. This is Rococo Bliss. Very princessy, Rococo themed. That's nice. I would say this like cheaper paper is fine. It's perfectly fine if you're just starting out, but if you do want to get into like the foiled kits, I would invest in a higher quality paper because it just makes all of the difference in the world. This one is a botanical study theme. It's got butterflies and plants, and I think this is a red gold color. Very shiny. I'm excited to use this, but these testers, I feel most of them I won't get to use until next year, like during the springtime. So here you can see the difference. This is the rose gold, or maybe you can't on here, and this is the regular gold that I use. I do also use yellow gold as well, but I don't have anything with that here, do I? I do. This Christmas one is using the yellow gold one. Scooch that there. So, Nicole. And then finally again, this one that I'm still unsure about whether I should go ahead with this design or not. It's not listed yet. I don't know if I'm going to. Can you see this shiny branch here? And I feel like this one is too plain. It's just a tree. On the other hand, I called it Evergreen Berries because it's about, you know, evergreen trees. What amazes me is I was so sure that these little speckles weren't going to pick up the foil because they're so small, but they did. That's really, really nice. And then yeah. So that's the new format. I'll go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much for watching if you watched. Hopefully I'll see you again at some point. Bye.